Hello everyone, my name is Reggina Onggatta and my registration number is 2705079. I am from University of Sumatera Utara, majoring in English Literature. Today, I would like to explain about sociolinguistics. Sociolinguistics is a branch of linguistics field. Sociolinguistics is derived from two different disciplines, sociology and linguistics. Sociology is the study about social structure, social organizations, relationship between and within groups of people, and social behavior. Meanwhile, linguistics is a scientific study of language that is phonology, morphology, syntax, and even discourse. So, sociolinguistics is the field that studies the relationship between language and society, between the uses of language and the social factor, including age, gender, geographical location where people live, and so on. However, there are some social factors that affect our language use. First, the social background, which is education, social class, and ethnic group. The second is the relationship between the speaker and then the receiver, which is friends, family, employer, and etc. And then the third is the context and manner of interaction, which is when, where, how, the act of language use. All of these factors have significant effect on the way we use language in daily interaction. Next, micro and macro sociolinguistics. Micro sociolinguistics explore the way in which society influences the way people talk. For example, the creation of variety of dialects and how they communicate with different social factors, and how language varieties with social attributes. Meanwhile, macro sociolinguistics, which is sociology of language, macro sociolinguistics focuses more on society as a whole in relation to language. That is, the study of language is related to how the society treats the language. While explaining about sociolinguistics, it is incomplete if we do not explain about language varieties in sociolinguistics. Let's hear about it. In sociolinguistics, language variety is also called length. It's a general term for any distinctive term of a language or linguistics expression. Varieties of language develop for a number of regions. Differences can come about for geographical regions. People who live in geographic areas often develop different dialects. A dialect is a regional and society variety of language that is distinguished by pronunciation, grammar, and/or vocabulary. The term dialect is used to characterize a way of speaking that differs from the standard variety of the language. For example, Australian dialect, Indian dialect, and so on. Kinds of dialect. First, regional dialect. A variety spoken in a particular region. For example, dialect Brebes, dialect Tegal, and so on. Second, sociolect, also known as social dialect. A variety of language used by socio-economic class, a profession, an age group, or any other social group. For example, bahasa Jawa Keraton. Third, ethnolect. A variety spoken by a specific ethnic group, for example, Ebonics, the vernacular spoken by some African Americans. Fourth, the last one, idiolect, the language spoken by each individual. For example, if you are a multilingual and can speak in different registers and styles, your idiolect comprises several languages, each with multiple registers and styles. Register is defined as the way a speaker uses language differently in different circumstances. Think about the words you choose, your tone of voice, and even your body language. You probably behave very differently chatting with a friend than you would at a formal dinner party or during a job interview. For example, English journalist. Register as a language variety differs from dialect. Here are the differences. Diglossia. Diglossia is a situation in which two varieties of a language are spoken within the same speech community. Bilingual diglossia is a type of diglossia in which one language variety is used for writing and another for speech. For example, the differences between Egyptian Arabic, Greek, and Hittite Creole. Pidgin. Pidgin is a simplified form of speech formed out one or more existing languages and uses as a lingua franca by people who have no other languages in common. For example, English pidgins include Nigerian Pidgin English, Chinese Pidgin English, Hawaiian Pidgin English, and so on. Code switching. Code switching is the practice of moving back and forth between two languages or between two dialects or two registers of the same language at one time. Code switching occurs far more than in conversation than in writing. It is also called code mixing or style shifting. It is studied by linguists to examine when people do it, such as under what circumstances do bilingual speakers switch from one to another. And it is studied by sociolinguists to determine why people do it, such as how it refers to their belonging to a group of the surrounding context of the conversation, such as casual, professional, and so on. For example, in a relatively small Puerto Rican neighborhood in New Jersey, some members freely used code-switching styles and extreme forms of borrowing both in everyday casual talk and more formal gathering. In addition, every language variety has its own cool features when we start looking at it deeply. We could do a whole series about hundreds of varieties just with English alone. The society believes that people who have about accents and dialects, whether they sound cool or boring, ugly or beautiful, silly or serious, are really a reflections of our attitudes towards the people we associate with those ways of speaking. As people learn about sociolinguistics, we have a responsibility to use a newfound understanding of how language works to use it as a way of being more compassionate and respectful with each other. I think that is all from me. Thank you and see you!